In how many ways can the letters of the word permutation be arranged if the words start with P and ends with S? The vowels are together. There are 4 letters between P and S. So let's start off with the first question. When the word starts with P and ends with S, what does it mean is we have P fixed at the end and at last we have the S, right? So we have, just a second, this to be fixed. While this thing will vary. So basically we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 12 letters, out of which 2 are fixed. So we have 10 of it which will vary, right? As P and S are fixed, we have 10 letters that would vary. So basically n is equal to 10, and the thing is we have repetition, right? T is repeating. So PT is equal to this, we have to consider and then solve it. Okay, it's a very simple scenario. Therefore, the permutation is equal to n factorial divided by PT factorial. So that is 10 factorial divided by 2 factorial. So this would be something that I'll use calculator and do it later. So many words. Okay. Now let's answer the second question. So the second question has to do with vowels are together. What does it mean? Well, we have, let me clear this. We have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So we have E, A, I, O, U. So we have all of this along with the other letters, right? But they're asking us to figure out if they are together, how many words do we have? So how do you solve this? Yes, we have to make groups, right? So out of 12, 5 are one group and we have the other to be a separate group, right? So it would be something like this. So here we can see the word permutation with the vowels together and the remaining ones are over here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 8 groups. Okay. So we have 8 groups. How all can we arrange this? So this is one of the possibilities. This is the second one. And pretty much these are all, some of the possibility, right? There are many possibilities and this is some of it. What we just saw, within this we can have variation. What I mean is, see, within the vowels E, U, A, I, O, things can vary. For example, I'll vary, it will be similar pattern, just that within this things will vary. Like instead of I, O, it is O, I, if I think, yeah, O, I. So we have the same thing, whatever we just saw, right? It is I, O here, it is O, I, O here. So what I'm trying to tell is, yes, we have 8 groups and all the 8 groups will vary, so 8 factorial. But along with this, we have the vowels also varying. So how do you calculate this is what I'll show. But first thing is, you guys need to understand that it will vary. Does it make sense that it will vary? Right? We have 8 blocks. And within the 8th block, in this case, right, within this vowel block, we have things varying within itself. So if I take this as a separate entity, so 5 factorial is the number of combination that is possible, right? So within that we have this variation, is it not? Okay, it's the same as the last one, just that here we have OI. The sequence is different. So the point here is we have 8 blocks. Within the 8 block we have 2 T's and all of that. And within that 8 block we have a vowel block within which it will vary. So how do you calculate all of this is something that we'll discuss now. So as there are 5 vowels, we have 12 minus 5 plus 1 groups that would vary. Agree? 12 minus 1, that is 7, plus 1, 8 groups that would vary. Is it not? Also, within the vowel group, the letters will also vary. Right? So with all of this in mind, what can we conclude? We can conclude that the permutation is equal to 8 factorial divided by 2 factorial into 5 factorial. Right? So let's explain what each of this indicates. This is variation in 8 groups. This is variation vowel group, and that's your T, repetition of T, repetition of T, right? So this calculation, again I'll do it with calculator and write the answer. So that would be your answer, is it not? So let me answer the third question. Okay, let me use the next. Now, what is the third one? Third scenario. There are always 4 letters between P and S. What does it mean? Think about it. Pause and think about it. Okay, I hope you guys thought. So let me talk about it now. We have P, 1, 2, 3, 4 and S and this, so in total 12 blocks with P and S fixed in this manner. But along with this, even this is possible, right? So how many such things are possible? How many ways can I put this across in this manner? Well, I hope you guys had a thought process. So this is your variation. So this is your count one possibility. So I can do this. It's your second possibility. Third. Basically, there are 7 possibilities, is it not? So we have always 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 blocks between P and S. But one more thing. P and S can also flip. See, the point here is P should not be first and S should be last is not the condition. Between them. So between them I can flip P and S. So basically this will be S and this would be P. Same animation with S at the start and P after 4 blocks. Even that is possible. So basically within this, whatever we are seeing, right, this, how many variations are there? There are 7 of it. So 7 into 2, right? 7 is the shifting which we just saw, and 2 by flipping of P comma S. So basically there are 14 variation within this. So how many spaces left? 10 spaces are left. And how many letters are there? 10 letters are there. So 10 factorial. But yeah, we have to take into consideration that there are two t's. Okay, so end of it as p comma s are fixed. We have 10 letters to vary around, right? So therefore the permutation is 10 factorial divided by 2 factorial into 7 into 2. Okay, does it make sense? So 7 into 2 is with regarding to this 10 factorial because 10 letters are there, and 2 is because there are two t's. So again, this calculation I'll do with calculator, and let me take a second and do this. So this is turning out to be 18144,000. So we have, yeah, so many lakhs possible words, and this apparently is 2419200 possible words. Again, if you ask me, you just leave the calculation over here and you're done. Don't do this. It's just a waste of time, to be honest, writing the final answer in this manner. And this calculation turns out to be 25401600. It's a huge number, right? Okay, I hope you guys understood this question. So in the first question, we have P and S, that is fixed. So we have 10 things varying between them. The same concept can be spoken in terms of 10th question, third question. But here P and S will vary 7 into 2 times, right? So it's the same as the first calculation, but into 14 times. So basically, if you multiply the first particular answer, that is 18. So let me do that actually. 1814400 into 14. So you can see that it's the same number, right? Does it make sense? While the second one is a variation wherein we have 8 blocks, but within that 8 blocks we have things to vary, so we need to multiply with that, right? So we saw all of this. I hope you guys have understood it. Please watch the video again if you're not got the exact how things are working, especially the part wherein we have animated things, so that will make things clear. So you can pause and have a look at each part.